And we're back.
You guys think the intro is getting old?
I think
Man,
you're
I
kind
was
of old.
just thinking, man, that intro is getting old.
We've used it like 8 times now.
Yeah,
Junk.
garbage.
Throw it away.
Why?
What are you guys doing?
You want to make another intro? Is that what you're saying?
No, because then I'm going to have to get more footage of you guys and still no footage of my car, and then it's just going to still turn out crap.
Oh, it's crap because it don't have your car?
It doesn't have enough. I'm just saying.
It's a world's smallest violin, if you were wondering.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Whatever. Whatever's ass.
Whatever's ass.
What
Oh, what have you been doing?
have you been doing?
Working.
What have you been doing, Fro? We're starting with Fro this week.
Yeah.
We're going to throw it up a little bit. Throw up a little bit. We're going to change it up a little bit. What are you doing, Fro?
Sold your car.
Fro's car got stolen.
My car was stolen. Really hoping this pans out to where Chip Foose shows up in a couple days and returns it to me.
Do you, though?
No.
Do you?
No, he would
No.
want
Hey,
he would want Steve Magnani to come steal it. And,
Mignante.
yeah.
Hey,
He'd want Steve Magnante to be driving around in it all naked.
as
and
much
then
as
give
I
it back,
as much
all
as I
sweaty.
respect Chip Foose as a designer and a builder and just a talented dude, I don't want my car on that show.
We've actually talked about this a few times, and I don't think I could handle it. I don't think I could take not having my car around me for a week and not at least knowing where it was at.
I would want to be a part of the build if that was ever the situation. I want to be
I
there.
agree.
Yeah, okay. As long as it wasn't like weird, wild stuff, somebody could take my 63 and just go build that deal and give it back to me as a driver.
I will.
Really?
I will set that up, but it's not going to Chip Foose. We're going to get the Pimp My Ride people back together.
No,
No.
that's I was gonna say, as long as
No,
it's not
that's what I'm
right.
saying. Yeah.
I like fish tanks and I like to golf. I also like to scuba. So we're gonna have an underwater tea time in your truck.
The entire inside of the car is an underwater golf course, and you got to snorkel the whole time you're in it.
Sounds
Right.
legit. You know, MTV right now is going taking notes. Ooh, this is good.
This is good stuff. Are you hearing this?
Look at that.
Now, is this a driving range or putt putt? Which
Yeah.
both?
He reaches down, starts the car, and putts through the windmill. He's good. My car is gone this week. I drove to Oklahoma, and
Yee.
I left it in Oklahoma because I maybe it's a secret project now. Maybe that's what we're doing. I don't know.
You might want to let me know if I'm
If
involved
there's-
in the secret project.
If there's anybody who knows it's a secret project, it's probably going to be Bo because he's the only one who would be doing it.
You know what that means? I'm wiring it up.
I'm painting it.
But also there are some events coming up around our hometown that I kind of want to make it out to. Commerce is having its last cruise night of the year, I believe, and I want to go to Commerce Cruise Night. I want to go hang out.
Wait, when is that?
August 2nd just popped up on the screen.
No. Like, I don't even know what today is.
Oh, I don't either because I
October?
also
Okay, so it's not this weekend, it's next weekend.
yes next weekend.
Okay. That's what I meant.
But yeah, I'm going to that. There is another event coming up in Miami. I don't know if I'm going to make it to that one or not. But I did want the car in town in case I
What
wanted
is
to go
it?
there. What is it?
What's the other event?
The Route 66 Heritage Festival Car Show. Initially, I didn't want to be a part of it because I had seen online that it was going to be a virtual car show. And Bo quickly corrected me that it is not a virtual car show. It is a virtually judged car show.
Which makes sense. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It just gives people on Facebook what they're going to do. John's in the dark, I can tell. So Hightower is going to check these cars in. I think he's going to take a couple pictures. He's going to post them on the Facebooks. And then whoever wants to be involved can check these vehicles as they get checked in, and then they can vote for their best of show or best whatever. So people get a choice on voting.
Cool.
Kind of, not a bad idea. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to be involved, but I feel like most everybody's got Facebook on their phone anymore. So,
But I'm not partial to virtual judging. This is to resolve a conflict at the last Route 66 Heritage Festival car show because somebody felt like one car got way too many trophies.
but that one car deserved all those trophies.
That one car deserved all those trophies. That car, the trophies that it received, there were two of them that if you received one of them, you were going to get the other one. Like I don't think people understood that. Like if you got best all around car, you were getting best of show. I mean it's that simple. So it was either going to go to best car or best truck. One of those two was going to get two trophies because one of them was going to wind up getting best of show. So I think this is kind of to resolve some of that conflict, but I don't necessarily like the idea of virtual voting because it turns it into a popularity contest. And I feel like it's a lot easier to tamper with the results on that.
Ooh, I thought we weren't talking politics. Now you're all
We're not.
I'm
voter fraud over here.
fraud.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I've seen a lot of these online things where somebody gets their entire family involved and there's 700 members of this family, then they're going to win. That's how it is. That's why I'm not, and I'm not talking bad about it. It's just not something that I see as a winning combination.
I don't think it's enough to get worked up about because the stakes aren't high enough for it to really matter.
Well, and I would agree with you. I would agree with you if it wasn't for the fact that last year there was drama over one car getting too many trophies.
Yeah, but that was a really cool. You're talking about the Gasser.
Yeah, the 56 Chevy.
Yeah.
Very cool car.
It's really cool. Whatever.
But I want to be there for those two events. I didn't want to drive the car back and forth from here to Miami.
Yeah, you don't want to drive your hot rod too much. You know, wear that deal out.
Man, I don't like you.
Save it in case somebody else buys it.
Right there. Right there. Who's in control now? Yeah.
That's fun. So what you're saying is that you like if we all three entered a virtual car show, that Bo would win just because he's got more friends.
Well,
I don't know if that's true.
I'll put it to you this way. I happen to know on high authority that if we had a sleeveless shirt contest, that Bo would win.
Hey, we all have sleeves on today.
All of us have sleeves. It's weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
But no, I think if there was an online poll, I think this is a pretty clear-cut thing. If there was an online poll to pick your favorite host, I think Bo would automatically win just because he's naturally more popular. I think John would come in a close second, and I don't think anybody would vote for me. So,
not with that attitude.
There would be two votes. It would be my mom and my wife.
Whatever. I would vote for you or the Nova. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's entirely true.
I would vote for the duck.
I would vote for the duck. I love it. I love it. Bo, what have you been working on?
Everything. Cerakoting and monster trucks and slot machines. Oh my! All of it. Been busy.
Old
And-
Pickard's Performance Coatings is picking up, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
That's
For sure.
awesome.
I'm good with it. It's fine. Finishing up another T-Rex body. Devin had a T-Rex body on his truck, and the body wasn't long enough. It didn't cover up all the chassis of the truck, so we extended it 14 inches. And by doing that, I should have brought on some pictures to explain it. But there's some extracurricular fiberglass activities going on that I've had to make happen to make them work. Maybe we'll show pictures of it, some before and after pictures at some point. But it's finally all buttoned up. It's ready to paint. And Devin lets me use his shop to do this. Well, Devin's got a show this weekend that wasn't scheduled until he found out Sunday. So he had to pull his truck in the shop, which kind of kicks me out of space to continue working, which is fine. It's not like it's got to be done right now, and it's his shop. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get in his way anymore than I already am. So I'm planning on having that. The body that it's going to be for his truck. It'll be painted Saturday. And once that leaves, or once that's done, because it won't leave, it's staying with Devin. I've got a couple more. Actually, I got 2 more bodies coming to Devin's shop tomorrow for full paint jobs.
Nice.
So in between that, and I Cerakoted the headers and mufflers and turn downs for Devin's truck yesterday. Got him back over to his shop today. Told him don't put them on until you leave to Friday.
They're
Cerakote
probably
takes
already on.
no, because he had 10 tires to change out and shocks on his semi, so he's busy.
Man.
He does all that by hand.
Yeah.
So it's taking him. He's pretty quick. Don't get me wrong, but it's still going to take a little bit.
He's got
Yeah,
more
so-
patience than Jimmy.
So that Cerakote, it takes 5. The air cure Cerakote takes 5 days for it to completely cure. So it's going to be on the edge of being completely cured, which it'll be fine. You know, I'd run it. So, but yeah, and I've got people hitting me up now about bike stuff, handlebars and exhaust pipes and stuff like that, which I'm cool with. Let's do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like
car seems to be running a little bit better every time I drive it, so that's good.
Ain't got no gas in it.
I finally put gas in it. Turd runs all right. Put gas in it. Exciting
that's a bad
stuff.
day.
I been invited to go to some races at the track. I mean, it's a track if you race on it. So I got to get this deal dialed in for that. That'll be a good time.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. John, your car's too fast. You can't do it.
Yeah, we can reel it in.
You pull a Jimmy Dale and swamp it on us. Womp, womp, mess with us.
Throwing womps.
You seen what happened to him?
Yeah, you
got
throw
the
too many
whomping.
womps, you end up in the sand.
That's right.
You end up hitting some hay bales.
John, what have you been working on?
I've been working on nothing.
Been racing.
I have to break something to work on something.
No, but you've been learning.
Oh, I went to the track. I learned some things. They have a what's it called? The racing series. It's like a heads up 8th mile deal. They have once a month down at Bonterra, and they just take however many cars show up and pay money. You run 2 time trials, and they just bust everybody up into 4 groups by whatever time you ran testing. And whoever the quickest one is in your group, they set the index based off of that time slip, but there's no scoreboards. Nobody knows what that time was. It's a floating index. So
So there's a lot of sandbagging in though.
yeah, like a wee bit. Like you want to go make. I mean, say I had nitrous on this car, which wouldn't be a bad thing. You'd want to just go make some NA passes, and then turn the bottle on and spray your way in front of whoever's next to you. But it was a learning experience. You've seen a lot of people that were hard on them brakes when they were going across the finish line, because nobody knows where the index is at. But if you break out, somebody would find out because they'd be breaking out. But you,
That's a lot going on.
It was actually pretty fun.
You can cheat, but not cheat too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to find that sweet cheat spot.
That's basically what they say. Like, hey, play the game. Everybody else is. Figure it out. If you can.
I guess going into it, knowing that's the deal, you'd probably be all right. That's all right.
And all I went into it knowing was that it's $15 to get in the gate, and it's $60 in the pot. And I think I paid $75 the last time I went to a test and tune at Gateway. I got one pass. Well, for the same $75, I had 2 test passes, first round, and then second round I got beat. Turns out a bunch of other guys brought cars that were faster than mine. So,
but you did learn something. We were watching.
Huh?
We were watching some videos last night while you and I were going through the pre-show.
Yeah.
And I may have to have you somehow send those videos over to me so we can convert those and put them on the show. But
I did.
I got them. I didn't know I was supposed to bring them on the show tonight, but I got them.
No, you weren't. They're not anything I was just sharing with y'all.
Okay.
But one of the things we kind of picked up on while we were looking at the videos was that your launch is completely different than it was before you had suspension.
Yeah. It was definitely a lot. It didn't jerk the nose up near as hard. So possibly could benefit for some launch RPM at this point. Yeah. Before I kept having to just turn it down because if I turned it up, it would just yank the front end faster and unload the tires faster.
So it's not squashing the tire near as hard.
I don't know. I can't see it from where I sit.
But it's not. You're not bunny hopping, is what I'm saying, right?
It don't appear to be. When
and
you
your
watch
60 foots are still good.
Yeah, 1.4 something.
Like on the initial video, you can see the horizon disappear because the nose of the car comes up so hard.
Yeah.
And then on the second video, it just leaves flat. You get a little bit of a jump, but it's just leaving flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you got to turn the RPM up from there.
145, 147. I like 1.4 somethings on the 60 foot.
Yeah. I mean, you're pretty stinking consistent with that 60 foot.
Yeah.
I think I'm more excited than you about future upgrades to your car.
Oh, it'd be hard to be more excited than me. I'm pretty stinking excited. I don't show it, but I'm excited.
I don't think you've ever shown it, so I can tell.
Yeah. I also learned that we're the old people. I mean, Bo might not be. Me and Fro definitely the old people.
Hey,
yeah. I'm learning that every day.
I look around. I'm like, man, look at all these kids.
So some of these guys I was talking to about going and racing with.
Is your son older than them?
Maybe. He comes walking up, introduces himself, shakes my hand. I was like, okay, this guy's close to my age.
Sir.
He called me sir, and I was like, "What? Like you're not
That's
that
you.
much."
I'm not a
You
sir.
know what I mean? What the crap's going on?
21 even.
No, I don't know how this guy is. I'm not going to ask.
Yeah.
All I know is he's a race fan just like myself. And
Yeah.
he's invited me some races, and we're going to make this happen. But, yeah, when I get called sir, it makes me feel old. Most time I get the, you're how old? And I'm like, no, you're not. Yeah, I really am. I'm that old. I have kids older than you. A lot of people
Yeah.
I work around are younger than my son, my oldest son.
Yeah. That's the way it was. Like majority was
Like getting carded for beer and holding up your license, and the guy doesn't even look at it. He goes, "I just have to do that for my boss. Thanks, man."
yeah. Majority of the people there were 20 years at least younger than me, for sure.
That's a good thing.
Is it?
Yeah,
Means there's a whole nother generation of racers out there.
that's right.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Not good for us.
No.
Because, John had to put his teeth back in before he went and raced. So
I got good ass teeth, man.
Look at these things.
Hey. I go to the dentist like once every 15 years.
Me too.
I think I went to the dentist like maybe 2015. They're like, "Oh, that's cool. No cavities. What do you do to keep these things clean?" A little steak and beer, and I brush them once a day. I don't know.
Not really a special routine for this.
Nice.
When I get steak in my teeth, I whip out the pit or the toothpick. That's about it.
One of these
There you
deals.
go. Those are the best. Those
Yeah.
are the best.
Yeah.
That's the stuff.
Money. The Dinapics.
So this weekend, while Bo was working his butt off
Man.
and sanding some more, and I was being a terrible friend and not helping him at all.
He was out of the way. You throw the kid a toy and tell him to stay the hell out of the way.
Well,
No, because last time I told Fro to get away and go stand over there, he's doing better over there. A truck fell on me, so
Yeah.
I'm never doing that again. We've had this conversation, but that's that. So he can hang out all he wants.
no, Bo has been clear that more than anything, he just wants somebody up there to talk to. But at the same time, he looked over at me and goes, "You want to sand on that?" And I go, "No." And the reason why is because I feel like I'm going to screw it up, but that's not the important part of this story. The important part of this story is I found something that works for drag and drive guys and car show guys.
Basically, all lazy people.
Yeah, John.
Could
As
use one of
soon as you and I go on a diet for a little while, we can get a couple of these and have a good time.
So this one has a 265-pound weight rating. I feel like I'd be okay buying the one with a 265 weight rating. I feel like there's enough engineering tolerance there to get up to slightly over 265 where I'm at.
After getting that thing up to 17 miles an hour with me on it, I feel like you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
And not just once. Fro spent about 45 minutes on that deal going up and down the road.
He was testing out the range as well.
Yeah, he comes flying back in the shop just giggling like a little kid.
Yeah.
I don't
blame him. It's fun.
I wish I would have told you to get your camera out and record me as I went past the door going 12 miles an hour. It is a really cool scooter, and I had a blast on that thing this weekend.
Fro was pulling out, and Devin goes, "Hey, watching that gravel, it'll get crazy." I was like, "Whatever," but apparently it will. It'll spin the tires in the rocks, so you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Or the tire.
What wheel is it? Front wheel drive
The
or
front wheel drives it. Yes,
dog.
Yeah, I checked that while I was out driving it around.
Yeah, no good wheelie action then, huh?
No,
It's a good piece, man. Hey, it's got like a 20-mile range on it on a full charge.
Yeah.
Well, for Devin, not for me or Fro. We're more of like 12-mile range probably. But and Devin's rode it from his shop all the way to the fairgrounds and back.
Really?
I mean, he had
Yeah.
to. It was during the Monster Truck weekend, and his car was out. Well, I guess just out there to his car.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm a dog.
Of course, that's like a mile, you know.
but
So
I think
cool.
I think we could benefit from that because we're old.
I've been in the market for one. I need something I can carry in the trailer.
I think I'm just gonna have Devin send me a link to that one and just order it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I've got it saved on the old Zon, the Jungle Store.
Yeah. Buy one from Beater Bomb. He sells them.
Really?
Yep.
Is that the same one he sells?
I think it's pretty close.
See a distributor.
I guess. I don't know.
I could see that being very handy doing what you do, John, because if Pedro would have had that, you guys would have been in
Man.
much better shape.
Yeah, he could have not had to walk all the way to an O'Reilly's.
You should remember to get a backpack or some kind of bag to carry
Yeah.
stuff in because you
Yeah.
can't one hand that deal. I mean,
Yeah, there's not a lot of
I guess
cargo
you
space
could.
on that.
guess you
I couldn't.
Yeah, I could. I'm pretty good at that stuff.
I tried one hand and I had an itch. Yeah, no,
Just don't scratch.
no, you will die.
Just have an itch.
Just hope that a bug hits you in that spot.
Just crinkle
Yeah.
your face.
But yeah, I did some pretty sweet jumps, and it was a lot of fun.
I see Fro in full on Napoleon Dynamite.
It looked about like that.
My wife drove by one of the times whenever Fro was out driving it around.
Show that.
And I
poor
asked
scooter.
her, I said, "Hey, did you see Fro?" And she goes, "We're driving down the road." And right across the street, that establishment has a privacy fence. She goes, "I'm cruising, driving home." She goes, "Next time I just see someone's head peek out from behind that privacy fence and look around like this." She goes, and I was like, "What? Who is this, character?" And she goes, "Next thing I know, Fro's big self comes pouring out of there." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, he was having a good time." She's like, "Oh, I can tell."
He's out there causing accidents.
Yeah.
Oh. So
Yes.
I've had a couple things pop up on my Facebook feed this week, and it made me ask a question. And the question was, what is the dumbest car advice that you've seen on social media? Now, some of these, like these are from a site called Kaleco Auto. That site has since went down, so I stole these off the internet. Those nails over there, that's a lowering kit.
Okay.
And then you've got your blinker fluid. And then you've got your windshield wiper sharpener. So there's some stuff out there that's for humor, and there's some stuff out there that I feel like may not be for humor because it kind of scares me.
I did see this.
Buyer beware.
I watched the video for the guy who took the angle grinder to his rotors to resurface his rotors. And I feel more confident in that video than I do in this one, where the guy takes an angle grinder and retreads his tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks. Nope.
No.
I also saw
Not do that.
posts that was talking about how there are people out there who believe that if you're not running the motor at full throttle, the pistons don't go all the way to the top of the cylinder. So it saves wear and tear on that section of the cylinder.
Yeah, he went on a full description and explanation of how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
I read that too.
horrible.
And that was real advice from someone.
Yeah.
That wasn't someone being funny. They were
Being helpful.
Man, maybe they were being funny. I hope so.
That'd
What's
be cool if
crazy-
they were.
What's the craziest thing you've seen somebody say on the internet?
Man, I try to let that stuff go in and out real quick. I don't
try to remember that stuff.
Well,
at
see,
all.
and I agree with you guys, but at the same time, like I've seen that kid who goes to people and asks, "Where do I drill a hole in my gas tank so that I can plumb my nitrous line into my fuel?"
Wherever you
I've
want. Survival of the fittest. I'd do it right in the bottom.
But that's the thing. Like I've seen some crazy stuff out there, and I've seen like there are some kids out there just gullible enough to try it. Like every year, you see that post from somebody that says, "Make sure you put antifreeze in your brake fluid so it doesn't freeze this winter, and make sure you switch over from summer air to winter air in your tires because you don't want them to pop." Like I feel like somewhere out there's a moron standing next to his car going, "How do I get the summer air out and winter air in?"
I don't know.
You just suck on it. Again, go try.
I have really no input on this. I just can't think of that.
I don't
I
either.
can't think of anything, man.
No.
I missed the pre-show, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
You're good. You're good.
I missed the pre-show.
No, I'm kind of with you. I have such a hard time with all the other information I cram in my brain. And some of this dumb stuff, I just get rid of it as quick as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wash that stuff out quick.
Well,
That didn't go as planned, did it?
that didn't go as planned. I thought that would be an actual decent conversation.
No, this is a bad one.
God bless. I'm gonna have to do like
Hey.
all 8 of the Facebook Marketplace things that I've got saved up now.
Not all ideas are good, bro.
That's true.
Oh, fine. Talk about drag and drive amongst yourselves. I'm out of here. Bye.
Thank you. Oh man,
So,
666
King of the Open
coming up.
Road's coming up. Who wants
Yeah,
to
King-
talk about that? That'd be stellar to talk about.
Man, it changed the order of the pictures.
Yeah.
It did. I'm okay with it.
Weird.
But what do we have coming up? King of the Open Road?
King of the Open Road's coming up.
Is
What
anybody
else
going to
coming up?
King of the Open Road?
And I want to go so bad. I've wanted to go to that for a few years.
I'd love to go. Nobody wants to see this heap there, though.
Not with that attitude.
Think you underestimate?
Somebody could make some money off of that. $100 that runs another flipping 1060.
Oh,
Oh,
hey,
look.
I got something to talk about.
Sweet.
Go ahead.
I think I shove my foot in my mouth a lot on this show when I share my opinions. It is
Yeah.
what it is. And sometimes I go back and listen to the show and think, man, probably shouldn't have said that.
I can relate.
Wow, I offended a whole bunch of people with that one. I didn't mean to.
This is
I
why we
can
haven't done a
also
live
relate.
show yet.
But
It's
all the-
weird because I would think Fro was the one offending people, but I think it's more me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do the show sober. I'm sorry.
Have you guys watched the latest Tony Angelo video?
No.
Hold on. I changed my mind. I'm a huge Tony Angelo fan.
I
Like-
thought you always were.
No, I am, but like he's one of my favorites now.
Really?
They're working on that 55 Chevy with the NASCAR motor,
The Ripper, yeah.
which he explains over and over and over the same, which I get it, whatever. But there's a part where the guy that's helping him build the car drops an F-bomb. And he's like, hey man, language. Have you guys seen this?
No.
Oh my God, you've got to watch it. But Tony Angelo goes, "Hey man, language." And then he proceeds to drop every F bomb and all the cuss words and like, blah, 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 I'll make you so, blah, 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 and it's like, beep, 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 beep. So that's right there is how they really talk when that camera's not rolling. And I love that. And Tony Angelo is one of us. Sure, I'm going to give him a hard time for talking about this thing's a ripper and this thing's a rocket. It made 407 to the tire. Cool. Still more than my pile of crap. But, man, you guys have got... I should have. I almost wanted to get the clip and play.
Do you think that's the up? Do you think that's the motor trend hanging with him, where he's just trying to come up with a way to say this thing is badass without saying badass?
I think they slip up and say cuss words every now and again. I don't think anybody would care if you use the word badass or even bitchin'. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a TV show on cable TV called Bitchin' Rides.
That is true.
That is a word used amongst hot rodders and has been forever. You know what I mean? Now, if you use it in a different context, it has a different meaning. You know what I mean? But I don't know, dude. You guys have got to watch that episode, the latest episode of the 55. Because when he says, he's like, "Hey man, watch your mouth." Blah blah blah. I'm gonna drop the clutch so hard, and it's gonna beep and beep, make my pants so tight, and beep beep. You know what I mean? And just it's hilarious. I love it. I rewound it, watched it 3 times.
I will have to check it out as soon as we're done here. That's awesome.
I'll have to check it out tomorrow because when we get done here, it'll be bedtime.
John takes out his teeth, goes right to bed.
I have great teeth. Oh, natural.
It's a joke.
This is the first night in a while that I have. It's I'm not still working at 9 o'clock. So, John, I just called you on accident. What's up?
Wasn't me.
Definitely a butt dial.
So, did you guys catch anything today on what was going on with Matt Frost and Motion Raceworks? And
I saw a little bit of it, but like I said, man, I've been so busy. I don't know what's going on. People talk smack on Motion.
I'm not really sure. All I know is that's how they made it out to be in the post that I read.
That's how I told him.
Basically they're releasing a new fuel pressure regulator, and the only thing I can think of is somebody made an offhanded comment that somehow directed at sponsorships or something like that. And Matt Frost came out guns blazing. He was very adamant about taking care of his boys over at Motion Raceworks.
I think a lot of people have problems with the prices over at Motion. But what a lot of people have to understand is, now there's been arguments in the past that their sensors come from China just like Holley's do. Well, supposedly, I don't know this to be facts. Right. Apparently, some sensors come from overseas and blah, blah, blah. And at one point, Motion was claiming that they were all made in the USA. But I don't know about all that. But what people have to understand is Motion's products might be a little bit more pricey, but they are all made here in the U.S. They have, they're all United States employees. It's all here.
They have their manufacturing facility is in what, Iowa?
Which one now? They got a few.
Yeah,
right?
No kidding.
That's true. That's true.
Who was it talking about their throttle bodies the other day?
I don't know. Their stuff's pricey, but if I had the money for it, I would run their stuff, every bit of it.
Talking about having to rebuild their Wilson throttle body because the boost is killing the components. I don't know what they were talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember who it was, though.
Where the hell did I see
they're
that?
Leaking. It's a boost leak.
Yeah, so they're actually swapping to a Motion product because they're building it for longevity, building it to take the abuse.
Yeah. like I said, they're really good products. They're made in the U.S. by American employees. They're not getting a bunch of
Very
other
American.
stuff. Yeah, they're not getting a bunch of cheap stuff from overseas and shipped over. There's a reason for it. Those guys. I mean, I'm sure they're making money and they're doing fine. And they're able to buy other companies and do well. But they also put a lot back into the racing community too. So
Feels like it.
I
Well,
think so.
and that's the thing with what I've seen of Motion Raceworks and their products. If it's bad, you find out about it pretty quick, especially run around in the circles we run around in. Like if there's a bad product out there, we're going to hear about it pretty quick. You don't hear bad reviews coming for those guys. You don't, like, if somebody just wants to bitch about price, like, price is price. You can't.
Yeah.
You can complain about it all you want. It's worth whatever I say it's worth, and at the same time, it's worth whatever you're going to pay for it.
Yeah. I mean, if stuff quit flying off the old Motion shelves, that would be an indicator that they're pricing themselves out of the market. But
Yeah.
that's simply not the case.
No.
It's not,
Because they're quality parts. Like Fro was just saying,
Yeah.
they're quality.
Yeah.
And what I love about those guys, man, is they started small and they develop these products and they test them and test them and test them on their own stuff. And then they start producing them and selling them. You know what I mean? They know about their products.
I'll be
And,
right back.
No.
and when you call Motion, like tech support, you're on with somebody that knows the product.
Yeah.
They
they're
know their products. They know their customers. They know their products.
I mean, I've only bought a few things from Motion. One of them being my Zeus fastener rail kit for the car. I mean, that's a pretty straightforward deal. But they did have really good instructions that came along with it. You know what I mean?
Well, can't think of what all I've bought there.
And there's been a couple others really small things that I bought.
But that's
Transport
the
kit
thing.
come from there.
You get a lot of people complaining about, oh, this sensor's from China, or these people are sourcing overseas, or these people, they're selling an inferior product. If they're going to go through the trouble of making it in the USA, it's going to cost more.
Oh yeah.
We
Also,
just don't.
look around and try to find something not from China. Oh,
There's
wait.
a reason. There's a reason for it. It's cost.
Yeah.
It all goes back to cost. There's a reason.
It all goes back to cost. You're 100%
The
right.
majority of this stuff comes from overseas. You know what I mean? So for them, an American company, to keep everything here in the United States, that's important. And that's a good thing.
And that's what Matt Frost was coming out guns blazing about. He was talking about how this company has done great things for the drag and drive community. It's done great things for racing in general. There's absolutely no reason to come in here and talk crap because their prices are too high. Their prices are reasonable or nobody would buy it.
Right.
The price isn't too high. You're just too broke. I know because I'm you.
You're not the only one. I'm right there.
And that's what I'm saying. Like you and I tend to, the three of us tend to run what may be considered some of those Chinese parts. But when push comes to shove and we realize after the third time that it's not working correctly, we're going to wind up at that made in the USA company spending that money.
And that's one thing that we've talked about in the past that it's taken me this long to learn.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to have some patience, save your monies, and buy the good quality part right off the bat.
Or buy some cheap Chinese control arms and let them be good enough until you can afford to order some from
Well, that's
somewhere
true.
in America.
I mean, if you need them, yeah.
Yeah. Or, yeah.
But Fro just said once you buy something 3 times and it still doesn't work. Well, at that point, the money you spent on 3 different items, you could have bought the good stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why the three of us wind up going back to that Chinese bin is because occasionally we get lucky.
Well, like the cheap Chinese control arms. They worked. They didn't like break. They weighed more, which is fine. They functioned properly, which is fine. All 4 ball joints had to be replaced. So, like immediately.
So the ball
So-
joints that I got from Speedway, the nice tubulars, I don't know if those are Chinese or not. They feel pretty good, Fro. I mean, they look solid. They look
They look like a
quality,
good
like
unit.
quality control arm. I don't know, but I took the good Moog ball joints out of my control arms I already had and put them in those.
Yeah.
I didn't use the ball joints that came with them.
Yeah. And that's a really good call
Yeah.
because it's a bad idea. But like
And
you
that's-
buy the cheap thing and then buy the ball joints to put in it. I don't know. Maybe you're already halfway to the cost of the good thing.
Yeah.
And we've seen people that, like, I've read articles about people who've ordered like the cheap Chinese turbo kit, and they put it through testing and they see what it'll do, what it won't do. And a lot of times it's like a single component that really becomes the downfall of the entire kit. Like that, I remember somebody doing a test on offshore turbos, and it was a full kit, and they started experiencing boost creep. And it turned out it was just a blow off valve or a wastegate or something like that. It was something small that once they replaced that, the kit was all good and everything worked fine.
Man, some of those kits are getting pretty decent, actually. There's a company like CX Racing. They sell a full G-body kit that's like $2,200. And they're pretty salty, man. A lot of people have really good luck with them. Now, I'm sure there's certain components that people swap out pretty quick or whatever. But for that kind of money, I mean, that's hot side, cold side, turbos, blow valves, wastegates. That's every bit of it. You know what I mean? Whole everything.
Are the
So,
Chinese kids making car parts
it's hard to beat that.
not moving on to another job when they hit their teens? Are they sticking around longer and they're just getting better parts out of the deal or what?
Yeah, they're skilled at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they got tenure.
That higher quality American aluminum finally made it over there. But no, I gotta respect Matt Frost for coming out and saying that and standing up for a company that has stood behind his event and his organization this amount of time. Like that's an awesome thing to see racers stand up for racers. Get off your phones.
That and they're a big sponsor of Race Week.
It's true.
I mean, I talked to the fiberglass guy today. He says we can make fiberglass bumpers relatively easy.
Nice.
And this isn't just some hack in his garage. This is a guy that does this for a living. He said if we use my bumpers as molds, be good to go.
And
My
we'll
bumper
keep the bullet
sucks,
hole.
so I'm just going to call Bob.
Bob wants $630 for a front bumper.
Yeah, I think both of mine together would be like $600 from Bob.
No, that's what you get for having a Nova, and that's my stupid self gets for having a wagon.
Yeah,
Which is just an El Camino Malibu front bumper, but I'm just saying.
Can
If
you
you're
do it
gonna
with
lose-
the
if you're gonna
air
lose
dam, though?
60 pounds in the front, that's what you're gonna do.
yeah.
Can he
My
do it
mom-
with the air dam though?
I mean, we can do it however I make it.
Perfect.
Basically, I make the plug and he does the rest. You got to use my stuff, and it'll probably ruin what I have. So,
Excellent.
yeah, I guess.
Oh, all right. What else you want to get into before we tear into this marketplace stuff?
I don't know. I missed the pre-show. I told you.
We had notes. I don't remember what they said.
We've already gone through the notes twice over.
Oh, no kidding?
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. That's why I
Yeah.
take notes so we can do the job. I don't know if y'all know this, but we don't do notes.
Killed them notes.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, it's done.
We doing some marketplace or what?
All
We have
right.
anything good?
Let's tear in the marketplace.
There's been some good marketplace stuff lately.
Man, if I was independently wealthy, I'd be raking it in on marketplace.
Speaking of, if anybody wants to buy a 1956 Chevrolet Panel, is it 56? 56.
I don't remember.
56.
55
Panel?
or 56.
55. I'm pretty sure it's 56. Panel truck, wagon, van. Let us know. We'll catch you for a really good deal.
Everything must go. You're taking the wasp with you.
There's no more wasps.
No, clean those out, free of charge.
Yeah.
We bit off more than we could chew.
Well, I mean, I think if we live closer and we had a shop, I think we'd be fine.
And
I agree.
didn't already have pretty full hobby list and schedules.
Side gigs and
Like
yeah,
I think Co-Cabot would be cheaper at this point and
yeah, for sure.
less time consuming.
But if we did that, we'd probably make time to get that panel knocked out.
You,
go.
Yeah, it could, yeah.
you haven't bought Coke in a while, have you?
I've never. That's
I'd have to learn how to do that deal.
yeah, I don't know. I'm out.
All right, moving on. John, would you do us the honors, or do I need to read it for you?
1969 Chevrolet Chevelle Concourse wagon, $24,000. 1969 Chevrolet Concourse wagon, driven 1,000 miles. 1969 Chevrolet Concourse. Gosh, damn it. I want to give me this guy's number. I got to call him. We're going to rewrite this ad. He's going to get some hits.
I was going to edit it too, and I decided not to.
468 big block, early 90s. Headers, cam. It's got some specs. Less than 1,000 miles. Probably wiped out at this point. Street Demon 750. Speedmaster air gap intake. Speedmaster for the win. Speaking
Solid.
of China. 350 turbo automatic. Air ride shockwaves front. Tubular lower control arms, also from China. Drop coils, air shocks rear. Let's see this beautiful thing. It's actually really nice. 4 buckets.
Man, that's where it's at.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
I can't say 4 buckets enough.
Stadium
Yeah.
seating in the back.
It's got a good stance.
It's got air ride.
Good interior, man.
Very good interior.
It's got
Lot of
good
dash
exterior.
flags. A lot of dash flags from car shows he went to.
Yeah.
Hey, have I ever told you guys that the interior in my wagon sucks real bad?
Yeah.
This one
Okay.
don't.
Just checking.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous over everybody else's interior.
What do you think this wagon weighs?
A ton, 5,600 pounds.
I bet you're right. It looks
56.
heavy. It looks heavy as shit.
She's a big girl.
Yeah, she's girthy. 1991 Lincoln Mark 8. Mark 7. Sorry,
Mark
I got one
7.
too many eyes. LSC. Sedan, 2-door, 4,500. 1991 Lincoln Mark 7 Special Edition, 73,000 original miles. AC works, heat works, Flowmaster exhaust works. Hard car to find. He got good pictures of it, so give me that hard. Air ride works. Back will leak out after parked. They all do. I thought they came from the factory that way.
Yeah.
Has some fading on the hood. Also came from the factory. That early 90s paint, all faded like year one.
Yeah. I dig it.
He put a sticker on it letting everybody know that it's a Lincoln.
I think that's required.
For everybody that didn't know it was a Lincoln, it's a Lincoln. I
It's
like
like
Lincoln.
It's like owning a Camaro and not getting the windshield banner that says Camaro.
Or Z28.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, got it.
Better with the other wheels.
Better, way better. Way better.
It still has the sticker though.
It
Needs a
looks like a
front bumper
Baja 1000 vehicle.
for sure. Yeah, these wheels are horrible.
I don't know that it's so much the wheels as it's the tires. They're just huge.
No, it's all both.
It's both. It's a good combination.
Interior's clean.
Yeah, it's nice.
Interior sharp. Very very
Somebody
John's
just
old
shampooed
Thunderbird.
that carpet.
See, they did the designs in the carpet with the
Yeah,
back. Super fancy.
yeah.
That's what you want to do
Laid
right before you throw it up on Marketplace. Cleanest engine bay.
of Facebook Marketplace today.
I mean, I would throw it out there. Like you almost look like you're looking at a stock photo of an 88 Ford Mustang from 88.
Yeah. Except for the red plug wires. I think those would have been black.
Yeah, you got a point there.
That's
There was
like
a
the
rubber boot
only
from
thing
the
that
back.
I can pick out that looks
Black or gray?
jerried with. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Is that an AOD car? Is it 5-speed? Does it say? Does it say?
I think it's an AOD car. I didn't get a good
I'm
shot of it.
sure it is. Sure. I don't
Yeah.
know if they make a 5-speed in the Lincolns.
I don't think Lincoln's came with a
I don't
5-speed.
think so either. That'd be cool.
It's definitely Flowmaster equipped. It's got a sticker here and one in the door jamb. In case you couldn't tell.
It's what you're supposed to do with those Flowmaster stickers.
Yeah, when you spend $250 for 2 mufflers, you want to use those stickers.
The Flowmaster still costs that much, even after they
Lost their
got
patent?
knocked off from Hell to
don't know.
Breakfast.
I bet
they're
you.
cheap now.
No, they do not.
Okay.
Oh, did I send this to you guys?
I think
Yeah.
John sent this.
Yeah, this.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is Bose. Bose sent this deal.
I'll be
This is
darned.
one of my least favorite body styles of a Monte Carlo.
Really?
I wouldn't send this. Yeah.
But
First gen Monte Carlo, and then we skip to the G body. One or the other. Can't.
So 72 is a breakover point on that?
Yeah.
Okay. So 73 Chevy
73
Monte
is year
Carlo.
one of Monte Carlos looking like crap.
73 Chevy Monte Carlo LS Coupe 2-door, $14,000. 73 Monte Carlo LS, 48,000 original miles. Or I'm sorry, 48,000 miles, original 350, runs great. Has custom door speakers, power windows, everything works. Inbox me only. If you're serious, please don't play.
No playas.
don't play.
Don't play.
Gator don't take no shit.
It ain't never been about that.
It's super clean. I like the vinyl. I'm not a sunroof guy, but on here it don't. But man, a 72 same setup would be money.
Hold on, let's see. There's another one with different wheels, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if it just pulled out of that impound yard behind it, or if they pulled up there and parked it there for a reason.
I mean,
Look at the
You
solar
want a-
panels on that house.
want a
They're
better
nice.
backdrop? Ka-chow. Now it looks nice.
There you go.
Changes the whole look of the car.
Oh yeah,
What size are those?
there's got to be 22s. At least.
They have to be.
They're fours or
Those are
sixes.
some big wheel wells. Huh?
Yeah. I thought they were going to be fours or sixes.
I mean, I don't know, man. Don't get me lying on this stuff, but I know
Those
they're
are
going to be big.
hogs. Those things
Maybe
are big.
4, yeah, maybe 24. I don't know.
Look at them spokes. Yeah.
I'm not a wire wheel guy, but I think it looks good on this car.
Yeah. Whoa.
Okay, Fro, here's the question. Is that a 10, a 6.5, and a 4 1/4?
That's an 8, a 6.5, and
Okay.
probably a 5 1/4.
That's what I said originally too. And John pointed out that's a big car. It's a big door panel. That may be a 10.
Yeah, that's all be 2 feet right there that it's taken up.
Yeah, it might be, but I would say, I mean, it either goes 8, 6, 5 1/4, or it's 10, 8, 6.
6.5, 6.
No, I think you were right the first time.
Jimmy will tell us, I'm sure.
Jimmy
Yeah.
will. I'm positive.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of speaker for one door. And that door weighs a lot already.
Yeah,
Well, they've got all the weight by the hinges. It's safe.
man.
I don't care what you say about this car. That is a fan shroud from hell. I can hide in that thing.
Yeah, I my 71 Monte Carlo, I swapped the cam in it a few times without ever taking the radiator out. There was enough room between the front of the block to be able to pull a cam without.
Yeah. Just take the
Pulling
top part of
radiator.
that shroud off, and you got all the room.
Yep.
Yep.
Like, granted, it was touching.
Yeah, it's close, but it works.
So 73 Monte Carlo, we're out. The wagon, we're kind of out.
What?
I'd take the wagon over the
I'm in on
Monte.
the wagon.
That steering wheel's got to go.
I like the steering wheel.
The wagon had way better interior. I'd wagon it up before I'd take. Now, if I found a $15,000, if I had $15,000, I was going to buy a Monte Carlo. It'd just be a 70, 71, 72.
So I'm gonna drop this off here. So I've got one more marketplace, and the original intention was to point out how wordy this was, and I actually removed quite a bit from it. But then we got to reading last night.
Jeez. Bo, you want to take it?
It's saying paddle boat. Yeah, I mean, you want me to run through this one real quick? There we go. It's a paddle wheel boat with a motor and a drivetrain and a steering wheel.
Okay, so some cool things in this deal. I'm going to pick one out real quick. The
We read
drivetrain.
all of this last night during the pre-show.
Yeah. Maybe 3 times. We don't know. We got distracted. Squirrel.
There's some interesting stuff in here.
Didn't have enough riddling that day. The drivetrain is Allison 4-speed automatic transmission to a Ford 9-inch rear end differential with transverse drive shafts powering 2 9-inch pinion gears. So it's basically 3 Ford 9-inch rear ends in the back of this boat, coupled by a 120 roller chains to 2 30-inch gears on each side of the paddle wheel shaft. Oh, that was pretty cool.
I think my favorite part is the boat was built in 1937 in Ohio as a wooden hull single deck gambling boat.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool history.
Yeah.
This was originally not a paddle boat. It has been converted.
Nancy Drake owned this boat.
I don't know her.
Yeah.
But if you get a chance, pause the video, take a look
Yeah.
through this. There's actually some really
There's some-
interesting stuff in here,
Yeah.
including why the boat is named what it's named. But let's get to it.
Boom.
The Joseph M. LaBarge.
How baller is that?
Dude, we would have
John-
so much fun with that thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
John and I were talking about this last night. I'm going to go back to the description. Where does it show the weight?
Oh no, it was I think 27 tons, 20, super heavy.
It's super heavy, like tons and tons and tons.
All right, the hull is 3/16" steel, flat bottom, scow design, 6-inch keels. The boat overall length is 81 feet. That's the hull, the stern wheel, the fantail, rear monkey rudders. Can we say that?
I don't know if that's acceptable.
The hull itself is 57 feet long. Oh, and has an estimated weight. The hull estimated to be 14 tons.
Chew.
So
go ahead.
we're talking. This deal is driven by a paddle wheel. Weighs about 30,000 pounds.
How do you maneuver that into
Yeah.
port?
How am I docking this deal? Like, you got to be on your game, man. I don't know. It seems really. Look at this. Look at that thing splashing. And look at this guy on top. He's so scared. He's got his life jacket on. He's like, we ain't making it.
I don't think that's a guy, but if it was, it's me.
I feel
Yeah.
like if you fell off this boat, you could just swim and catch up to it and get back on.
Man, it's throwing a wake right there. It's getting it.
Just
This thing
grab
is
the paddle wheel and pull
regularly
yourself back
cruised.
up.
Yeah, they're like cruising this thing from Kansas City to St. Louis on the regular. I'm down. If I got a spare 150 to throw at a paddle wheel, this is the one I'm buying.
How many rooms is this? Did it say?
I don't know. Enough
Oh, I
to
have
gamble
to
in.
go back to the description.
Yeah,
All
it's
of
okay.
them.
A lot of words on that deal.
It almost looks like a trailer house with a travel trailer on top.
It kind of does, yes.
It's pretty cool, whatever.
Yeah.
That thing sits low in the water, though.
It does.
I mean, it ain't like you're on the ocean. I mean, I'd be down to try it, but
Well, no, but I've been in Missouri during a storm, and I wouldn't want to have a boat that far in the water.
I mean, it weighs
You have a point.
30,000. I'm like, it ain't gonna just pick it up and throw it.
But that picture right there makes me want it. Like, I don't even really want it, but that picture makes me want it. That's a
Kinda
beautiful
want it.
right there.
I'd still take the battleship over that. But
I would 100% take the battleship over that.
yeah.
Well, I already have next week's put together, and I think Bo's going to fall in love with those. We have been talking to a couple people about coming onto the show and being guests. Bucket list mob wants to come on.
Hey, have we had a guest on the show yet?
Not since we went to video.
It's time.
It's time. And we've been meaning to do this for a while. It's just one of those things where you kind of assume nobody wants to because we're not that smart and we're definitely not great looking.
I mean,
you're not going to get internet clout hanging out with us.
Come on.
I mean, you never know.
Okay, well, Bo and John are actually really great looking. Apparently, they're both telling me that right now. So,
I mean, I've seen worse, is what I'm saying.
but we've kind of casually been asked by a couple of people to come on the show. So, at that point, you have to assume they want to be on the show.
Keeping it casual.
Yeah.
Those were cool.
So we're gonna work on that. I know we've teased the live show. I don't know that we're ready for the live show yet because, like, we're stupid.
Hey, do you want to hear about mine and John's phone conversation today? How quickly it changed?
God.
I called John, or he called. However it worked out, we were on the phone.
This segment sponsored by Ritalin. Because
Just-
we can't stay on
the
track
conver-
at all.
The conversation started out with, "Hey man, talked to Colby about selling the panel. You know, he asked about it. Blah blah blah." That's how it started. You know, what do we want to ask for it? You know, what's fair? Blah blah blah. You know how that story ended up?
Hold on. Is it why are Cheez-Its so crunchy?
No. John, do you want to tell him or?
So it escalated to like, what's the piano worth? I don't know. What's something cool we could do out of it? I don't know. We'll just ask. And Bo's like, well, I don't want somebody calling me like, I'll trade you some broken CDs and a roll of header tape.
Don't want that.
Don't want that. And I said, well, I mean, if somebody wanted to trade like 8 to 10 running go-karts, I'd be down for that.
I'm even good with like 4 running go-karts, like good ones.
Yeah, 4 good ones. Or if they're mediocre, we'll take volume. Like,
Yeah,
we'll take quantity over quality.
we'll
We're
make
not
it appropriate.
Yeah.
So then we just started talking about racing go-karts.
Yeah. Now we're gonna have a go-kart race. We're event promoters.
Yeah.
It escalated.
I'm sold.
Yeah. And you don't even know the
I'm
details.
sold. I'll
He
give
doesn't even
you.
care. He's like, I'm in.
I'm with you, fellers.
I'll give you 150,000 for 2% of your company.
Fro's like, I got Donkey Kong. That's who I'm going to be on my cart.
Do we get turtle shells and stuff? Because I'm
Do
down.
whatever. Hey, this is your cart and do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. You're probably not gonna win, but do whatever you want.
All right, paintball cannon it is.
Besides that, no
I mean,
projectiles.
we haven't set up a rules yet.
We're still working on the rule set.
If there's
We
no
think-
rules,
we
then
think-
it's all legal.
We think we've nailed down a tentative date.
Yes.
So we have been challenged by a viewer. Do we want to do this tonight, or do we want to save this for the next show?
What are you talking about? Talking about
The what's in your pocket.
oh,
Oh, I'll be bad at this one because I don't pocket.
you don't pocket?
Oh God, no. Wallet, phone.
I don't carry cash. I don't have a lot of change anymore. But with work, I do have random stuff in my pockets that when I come home, I unload on the entry table.
If I
Well,
get change, it goes straight into the cup in my truck or the cup on my desk, depending on which one I get to first.
This was in my pocket a while ago.
I'm wearing gym shorts. I don't like you don't put something in your pocket if you're wearing gym shorts or your pants fall down and the neighbors are looking at you funny.
Right.
Yeah. No, one of our viewers wants to. When he gets home at the end of the night and he cleans out his pockets, he always finds like a screwdriver bit and like 2 paper clips and a small tube of super glue or something like that. Like random stuff that he shoved in his pocket. I want this to be a thing between all of us for at the end of the month. We kind of go through and Bo, it was Bo's idea to do it on a monthly basis. Do you have that in your pocket?
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird.
But at the end of the month, we need to start a challenge where at the end of the month we go through a list of what's the weirdest thing that you found in your pocket, or according to Bo, what are the weirdest things that your wife found in the dryer?
Or we like to play that game where we're watching TV at night and the dryer's running and we hear something banging around and we go, change, a pin, or
I left my lighter in my pocket again.
Well, I don't do lighters. I don't have that. So, driver bit. What is that? What nuts, bolts? It's always good.
Have you ever had a lighter blow up in the dryer?
No.
It wakes everybody in the house up. It's a good time. Door comes open on the dryer. It's terrible. But
I will not win that game because I really do just wallet and phone.
There's no
My
winning
keys-
or losing.
My keys are only in my pocket, like from the from the hallway to the truck, and then from the truck to the office, I lay them right there on the fridge with my sunglasses.
Let's see if we can get something fired up in the comments here. Let's see if we can get you guys tell us the weirdest thing you found in your pocket. No,
that's a loaded question, man. Come on now.
Let's rephrase that.
Come on now.
Let's rephrase that.
John's like, I'll tell you right now what's in my pocket. Yeah.
He's like, oh, there's only one thing in my pocket, and that's a hole. Anyway,
Man with hole in pocket.
tell us the weirdest tool you well, no, can't go that direction.
No.
Oh my God. You know what? Just
the
don't
contents
comment.
of your pocket.
Just don't comment.
You don't have to say the weirdest thing. Just the contents of your pocket. What do you collect?
Automotive related stuff. But I think that's it. Bo, you got anything else to throw in here?
Nope.
John?
No, sir.
Well, then on that note, let's call this a show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Good night.
I love everybody.